Hey, junk journal friends. This is Stacy at JunkyCatJunction. Thanks for joining me today. I have a flip through of this Christmas with Southern Living 1984 edition. This is part of a collab that I've been doing with Carrie the Paper Monkey. If you're not following Carrie, go follow her. You will love her. Her content is amazing and she's hilarious. But yeah, she invited me to participate in this collab. We both used the same version of this book for our glue books. And I'd never made a glue book before, so I was super excited to participate. And of course, honored that she would even ask me to participate. And so here we are. I also have to give credit to Madeline Diet Designs and Carla Frizzell, because without their tutorials, this probably never would have gotten done. Carla and Maddie both have great tutorials on how to create these curved spines, and it was super fun, super easy. So there will be more in my future. So yeah, let's get into it. This is obviously the cover, and I just used some vintage blue trim and some gold trim on the cover. And then of course, this is not vintage fabric, but it is super cute bubble light fabric. And then I didn't do much to the back, just added the trim to the back as well. Whoops, I'm using this as a prop, so apologize for that, for the banging. Okay, so here's the front cover, and this is a library card pocket that I just tucked some Echo Park ephemera into. Whoops. Sorry, happy face. Let's set you down there. There we go. All right. Good boy. Okay. The chapter pages of this particular edition were so cute, so I decided to use them as my signature covers. So this is the introduction page, and it just has some beautiful ornaments, all these mercury glass ornaments. Just love those. I have a bunch of those in my collection that were my parents. So it's very nostalgic for me. So yeah, here's some stationery and a Christmas doily, and this is an order form from an Old Ideals magazine, and I just used some vintage Christmas trim to cover up the the gummed seal that you would lick and create this into an envelope. So I just covered that up so it wouldn't accidentally get wet and get stuck to anything else. So yeah, this is a vintage page, or a page from a vintage McCall's Christmas craft book. And this is a page from a vintage, it's called Christmas Around the World, and it's just got a bunch of these pen and ink drawings from years gone by. And I just liked this one because they're all on roller skates, and you know, roller skating was a big part of my childhood. And then of course, kitty cats. Can't have a journal without kitty cats. This is Junky Cat Junction. And this is from the Ideal, or not the Ideals book, but this craft page is from this edition of the Southern Living. Here's little Susie Zoo Christmas card and a Christmas placemat. And this is part of a book that's kind of like Where's Waldo? You just have to find all the things on the list hidden in the picture, so I thought that was kind of fun. This is from another vintage craft book, Christmas craft book. And Contract Bridge, it's red, it's festive. And a vintage Christmas recipe book. Some foil wrapping paper. And then this is the middle of the first signature with those lovely ornaments. This is just scrapbook paper. So yeah, going back through the back side of the first signature, thought this was an adorable page. Again, this is from a vintage craft book, Christmas craft book. And then there's these little girls who, oh, come on. Look at these ruffles. You can tell that's eyelet. Oh, what I wouldn't give to take that dress apart and use all of that eyelet trim in junk journals, right? And then here, yeah, here's the other side of the Seek and Find book. And the Susie Zoo card and Christmas cross stitch, and the Christmas around the world craft pages. This is the other side of the Ideals order form. I had to hinge those together. But yeah, and I just love this image from Ideals of the whole family gathered around the Christmas tree and the little tiny baby, and everybody looks happy and festive. And then this is the last page of the first signature, and this is the beginning of the second signature, which I thought was appropriate, Christmas journal, since that's what this is. This is a page from A Night Before Christmas, but Golden Girls version, which if you haven't seen it, you should try to pick it up. I wouldn't necessarily call it a bolo book, but it is entertaining, as the Golden Girls were. So yeah, this is some vintage, like 80s wrapping paper from Hallmark, and some more craft book paper, and some music paper. Another Susie Zoo, and some more craft paper from this Southern Living, and some more Ideals book page and music paper, and another doily, and some more stationery. And this is some snippet roll that I made out of some old Christmas fabric, not super old, but oldish. And so I just glued that to the edge of that page just for some decoration. And some more foil paper. And this is a Hallmark card that you can put a photograph in the middle of, or you can put whatever you want in the middle of it. And here's the middle of the second signature, some delicious candy canes. Y'all, I apologize. Oh, look at that trim. Isn't that so cute? I'm still trying to work out my setup, so I apologize for the lighting and the shadows, but we're working it out. A Rudolph cross stitch, how cute. And some more of the Christmas Around the World book page and music paper, more crafts. There's the wrapping paper. Here's all the Golden Girls, because who doesn't love the Golden Girls? And cheesecake. Who doesn't love cheesecake? Actually, I'm not a huge fan of cheesecake. I don't know why I said that. There are 1,000 desserts I would take over cheesecake, but there's also really not a dessert I don't like, so it's not like I wouldn't eat the cheesecake. It's just not my favorite. Anyway, decorating for the holidays. We have some more vintage wrapping paper and music paper, and another one of these seek and find pages. And look at a little happy face balloon, of course. Here's some vintage Christmas trim that I just thought would be fun on that page. And another Susie Zoo. This is vintage Scotch, traditional Scotch tape in the Scotch plaid. And then more Ideals music, or Ideals book page. Stationery, doily, more Christmas crafts, more foil paper, and this is the middle of the last signature. Again, Christmas craft page, another Ideals book page, some more recipes. This recipe page is from this Ideals. I'm not Ideals, from this Southern Living. And then we are in the home stretch, the last of the pages in the third signature, and the end. That is the end. And then I just put this, made this pocket out of some vintage plaid fabric. Who didn't have a skirt back in the 80s made out of plaid pleated skirts were so popular when I was, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. And then this is just made from a greeting card, just a tag to stick in there. And then here it says good cakes and pies. And that was written in the Southern Living when I got it. And so I left it there. I thought that was precious. A note from the person who owned it before. So yeah, that's the flip through. I hope you enjoyed it. If you wouldn't mind, if you liked this video, please like, please subscribe. I try to do haul videos fairly often. And then as I go along and my channel grows, I'll start doing more flip throughs and probably some tutorials, or at least craft along with me's. But for now, I appreciate you joining in on this video, and I hope your day is full of junk and journaling. Thanks, bye. Ho, ho, ho.